going on, everybody? I hope your day is going wonderfully. I hope you're all vibrationally aligned with all your deepest dreams and desires, because I really do, because life is good, but it's really good when you're doing what you love. Why do you think I make these videos? You know? But so today I thought I would go ahead and cross a couple of lines, right? Break a few barriers, spark a little controversy in the comment feed. Many of you have been asking me to make a video about my religious beliefs. And at first I was a little hesitant. I didn't really want to, because ironically people get so worked up and angry when it comes to this subject. But I figured I'm coming from a place of love. So hopefully love is what I get back. But who knows? But I am not a person of any particular dogma, meaning I don't follow or affiliate myself with any religious institutions. And I will tell you why. Anything in life, whether it be church or religion or school or you know, a sport I play or any organization I will become a part of, before I give myself to that, it has to agree and be able to sit with my own common sense, heart, soul, mind, and body. It has to be able to agree with that. And you know, when I sit down and I contemplate God or Allah or Jehovah or Yahweh or Source or Spirit or the universe, so many different names we have given this power. But when I sit down and I contemplate God, or I contemplate this energy, I see something that it guides us all, but it also flows through everything in existence. It flows through everything. So, and I also see a place of perfect oneness. I see, and these are all my own observations and contemplation through, you know, my 20 years of life, right? But I see a perfect place, perfect source that we have all came from, right? Everything has come from this perfect source. So when I see, you know, someone talk, or many of the other churches, they teach us that imperfection has arisen out of this. It doesn't make sense. How can imperfection arise out of something that is already perfect? Imperfection doesn't arise out of it. That's just an illusion. We are pieces of that perfection. And so the God that I've been introduced to through Christianity, and I've grown up in a majority Christianity environment, and that's the thing about religion, is you typically, you know, adopt the religion that you're mostly around. If I grew up in a Jewish environment, I'd probably be Jewish. Or if I grew up in a Muslim environment, I'd probably be Muslim. I won't grow up in a Muslim environment and all of a sudden decide, you know, one day I'm Jewish and I've never met a Jewish person. So, but when I was introduced to the God of, you know, the Christianity God, this God, it was different. There would be division, you know. There would be discrimination and condemnation and judgment. And I'm not saying, you know, anything bad about religion, because it brings people together. I've met wonderful people, loving people through religion. But, you know, it shuts the door on a lot of people. Many religions do. And that just doesn't, it's not possible. It doesn't, I can't imagine a God that shuts the door on other people, because that God runs through everything. It's the creator, it's the source of everything. So, you know, one thing I've noticed about the human race is we are interpreters and we are creators. And it's been this way from the very beginning. When, you know, you see something, you interpret it, right? And then through that interpretation, a perception is born. And then through that perception, you create something. You create an idea or a theory or an object. And through all these creations that are, you know, born over time, so many different creations, population of humans rise. Now you have all these different creations that all these different people are attached to. And because we're so attached to them, we're willing to kill and fight for these attachments. It doesn't make sense to me to go to war for God. Like, what? We go to war for God. But we have all these different creations and attachments that now things like discrimination and division, imperfection, you know, hatred are born, because we are attached to all these different ways of thinking and all these different perceptions and ideas and theories. So that is something created by humans. Division, discrimination, hatred, all these things are created by us in the mind. The mind is so powerful, it can hold so many different ideas. It's so infinite that illusions are able to be conceived. And now all these different attachments that we have are dividing us up as a unit. We are no longer a unit because of all these attachments. So when I look at God, like I said, I see a perfect place of oneness. I want to go straight to that. I don't want a middleman, because I mean, just in my area alone where I live, there are so many different religious churches. There's so many different churches. There's the Baptist church, there's a Jewish church over there. There's even a church of Scientology down the street. There's a Christian church. There's all these different churches that tell me all these different things. And so, yeah, I can go to those. But like I said, God runs through all of us. And many religions would even agree with that. God is the creator. This energy flows through us all. So when I look at that, I'm going to go straight to the source. That's my life mission. I'm going to go straight to the source. This is why I've taken up meditation. Because this energy runs through me. It runs through you. So when you sit down and you quiet your mind and you're in that space with God, or Allah, or the universe, or source, whatever you call them. When you sit down in that space, it begins to whisper in your ear. When you sit down in nature, all the other life forms that this energy, supports, all the wisdom is whispered into your ear, and you hear it, and it makes you happy. It makes you happy, or in fact, it opens up the happiness that's already inside of you. Better yet. So this is my perception, my interpretation of it all, and many people are going to want to label me all types of things, and that's fine, because we're all attached to all of our creations, and that is fine. But in my experience, this works for me, and it's brought me to many places in my life in which I am just so grateful and happy for. There's so much love running through me. Most people that know me, I'm usually in a good mood. I'm usually smiling. I'm usually happy. I don't fight with many people. I don't argue a lot. And of course, as I'm human, I snap, I lose it sometimes. But most of the time, when I'm aware of the energy running through me, that is of God, it brings me into a state of bliss and happiness. And I find words to be inadequate. I think of God as this powerful, just dynamic force, right? And when I look at a book that is just static, that's been there, just a static book that's always been the same, and it's been altered by, people, of course, but a book that has always been the same, I can't confine such a powerful and infinite force to one little book. I just can't. It doesn't sit with me. So I go into the infinite space of my mind and heart. I go into the infinite space of my mind and my heart, which is closest to the infinite energy of God. And in that infinite space, I meet God. I get a glimpse of that beauty. And and just think about dreams in themselves. I've had dreams in which I have been in a completely different world, around different creatures that I've never seen before in my life. I have seen colors more vividly than I have ever. I have flown, I have done so many things. It's just infinite. The possibilities are infinite in that space. So this is just my take on it all. I hope you just receive it. I hope you don't necessarily get attached to it. But I hope you just receive it. I'm sharing with you all. I'm coming from a place of love, and I hope you all are able to, get in touch with that energy. And I hope the best for you. Much love to you all. Till next time, take it easy.